Hello everybody, it's Aaron. Welcome to another episode of ModSauce on the Primus server. I did a little neighborhood beautification at Chillem's house, and it kind of overflowed to mine. After I started the Ender Quarry, I really didn't have anything to do, so I just started hand planting these things. Aw, dude. Let me find out where my sword is. It's one of those little guys riding the chicken. Thanks a lot, chicken. Jerk. Okay, anyway. So I hand planted all these things. I just went around and he didn't even think it was me, which is the best part. I fessed up. I only did it because I can easily take care of it. I made this Horn of the Wild. And what it does, if you hold the right click... Ooh, I better turn down my speakers. I bet the microphone picked that up. So that's what the thing does. I don't think it works on reeds, but it works on flowers, saplings, etc. I need to auto-spawn one of those guys. So, like I said, I only did this because I can very easily fix it. So I'll do that after I finish recording this clip. The Ender Quarry is still running. I'll get to that in just a second. But the Horn of the Wild will actually craft into this drum, which is placeable in the world. You hit it with a redstone mana spreader, and it shoots a beam of mana at this thing, and watch what happens. I've got my timer set. Let me turn it down. We don't want to wait 10 seconds every time. Let me turn off my magnet. Boom. You see this? So what happens is I've got the Jaded Amaranthus right here on this side of it, and this is a vacuum chest. And I mean, it does exactly what you think it does. You can see it working. It's having a problem with something, but this range is better than the vacuum hopper. I mentioned it to Blizzard. He goes, yeah, but does it pick up XP? I don't think it does, but I don't need it to. So whatever system I was going to use with water for this, I'm not going to have to do that. This, I want to say, affects a 12 by 12 area. So I actually messed up with it the other day, and that's why I only have half a wheat farm right now. But this thing is pretty cool. If you want to clear an area, the Horn of the Wild, definitely not a bad little tool. So the Ender Quarry is still running. We have all the things. I mean, this is ridiculous. I think I counted about 25 stacks of iron ore. We've got probably an equivalent amount of copper. Yeah. A stack plus 38 diamond ore. 3/4 of a stack of emerald. So the thing is working really well. Bunch of coal. Bunch of redstone. So I'm really happy with it. I'm getting tired of this stuff. I want to start making some applied energistics. So we need to make some Certus seeds and stuff like that. And I figured I'd go ahead and make them. Throw them in the pool of water here. They don't despawn. I'll remember not to turn my magnet off. And then we should have some grown by the time I come back. And then we could start doing a little bit of AE. So we're going to need sand, which is here. Let me get rid of all these purple things. And we can go ahead and cook this thing wherever my furnace is. Alright, so we've got sand. What are we going to need for this? We're going to need the sand. We're going to need Certus dust. And we're going to need nether quartz dust. And we have plenty of charged Certus quartz for now. I was actually lucky enough to find all 4 of the presses. So guys, if you need to borrow them on the server, no problem. The meteor wasn't far away, and no one had touched it yet. I mined through one, and then there was another one on the surface that I demolished. So I was lucky enough to find all 4 of these and a bunch of skystone in addition. So we should be able to make some of the other AE things. So I figure we can take some of this, and my quartz is somewhere. Here it is. We'll make 6 of those as well. Hopefully, or 3 of them. Let me get a few more. I want to make an equivalent amount. I'm going to have to do a little reading because I haven't done this in a while, probably since AE2 first came out for 1.7. So we'll throw these in water. I know you can make them grow faster with a crystal growth accelerator, but I'm probably not going to record the rest of this episode until tomorrow, so I should have plenty of time. So we're going to let these grow, and I basically recording now so I could get that started. And I just wanted to show you guys what we got from one ender quarry. Plenty of yellowite. About 9 stacks of the ore. And some bonus coconuts and star fruits and stuff like that. So I will see you guys once these things have fully grown. Okay, welcome back everybody. Our seeds have grown and we're going to make some stuff, but before we do, I want to show you something. I turned off the silk touch on the ender quarry because I needed a bunch of cobblestone because I want to make that that bedrockium stuff. And I was talking to Blizz about it, and then he says, "Why don't you just make a transfer node with the cobble generator?" So that's what I did. I put all the upgrades in it. It's pretty fast. It doesn't look like we're generating that much because I've already set up the crafting system. So it's constantly crafting. It's doing it all in one chest. It takes the cobble from the deep storage unit over there. That's why I've got the inventory cable running to it. And I did it initially with one factory manager. It does the crafting to compressed, and one thing I will show you about this, I had a problem. It would take I guess it took more cobble than it needed. So if you're going to do your input on this, when you go whitelist your item, once you do that, if you right click it, you can specify amount. And I only specified 9, so it only takes 9 at a time. Otherwise, I was ending up with extra cobblestone in this chest, and it would have filled up. So I was getting a little crowded here, so I decided to make a bunch of extra factory managers. They're also just crafting compressed cobblestone. So then I was thinking, well, why did I make 5 more? I could have just set up the rule or the trigger more than once. So this did work. If I turn this one on, it'll use more cobblestone than we're generating. So I didn't want that. I didn't want that deep storage unit to empty while the quarry was still going, because then another item might have gone in there. So I left that off, but I mean now it's no big deal because the only thing going to this is the cobblestone generator. So it's not going to drop significantly, but eventually this should run out of cobblestone. So I just thought that was pretty cool. It doesn't take any power to do this. All you have to do is make the factory manager stuff and set up your rules. Blizz is using those auto crafters from Ender.io, which is definitely a different way to do it. Maybe a little easier to set up actually. But this, I just wanted to do it with this because I was playing around with it and I had already made the factory manager, so I figured what the hell. So on to AE. Our seeds have grown. I went ahead and I made some pure fluix seeds. Some recipes call for the pure fluix crystals, and some are interchangeable. So if you're going to make a fluix crystal, that's pretty easy, and it only takes a minute. It takes a charged certus, as you could see, a nether quartz, and a redstone dust. And that is instantaneous almost. So I probably ought to make a few more of those. Let's go ahead and do, we'll do half a stack. Actually, no, we'll just do all of them. I am fairly disappointed about something. I was looking at the presses. The silicon logic thing, there's no AE silicon. You have to use Ender IO silicon. Silicon, silicone. So we throw all those. You see the little lightning. And then we get our leftover redstone. So the Ender IO silicon, you could either sag mill clay or sand or redstone ore, and it's a percentage thing. So if we look at this, 80% chance, 80% chance, and then it's only 50 if you do sand and you don't get anything else. I ran out of flint, so I'm not going to get any bonuses. I just need to get some of this going because we're going to need it shortly. So I just cleared out another little area. We talked about it on the server, and I guess we're going to kill the Ender Dragon next weekend. Today's Saturday. So I think those of us who want to move are going to move after we do that. So I'm not going to do too much more. I'm not going to build anything else over here. I'm just going to wait. I'm going to try to compact everything into AE, and then I'll build everything wherever we move. So we're going to need an energy acceptor, probably actually a couple of those. We'll just make one right now. Let me get some stuff out of here. Okay. I'm only going to do this crafting once because a lot of it's new. So I think that'll do it. I'll just go ahead and make one. And then I may make another one shortly. Crystal growth accelerator. We're going to need to make the cable. And you can see these are interchangeable. I guess it just depends how much quartz you have. Since you can actually grow, I think you can... Not sure if you can grow this. I know you have to grow this. I'll have to look into that. At this point, it's not that big of a deal. We can run an Ender Quarry in the Nether. So then we're going to need the cable and a couple of... We're going to use a regular fluix for this one. Alright. Whoa, that was more cable than I bargained for. That's okay. And then we'll do that recipe. We'll make a couple of blocks. So there are two. I probably... Let's see if we can make two more of those. I gotta make more of the... NEI is really buggy, man. The things disappear sometimes. I gotta make more of this. Alright, so there's that. Let's get a bucket. And I want to make a dedicated water pool. So let's put each of our crystal growth accelerators. We're going to need cable on all of them. And then I think we can just throw our energy acceptor probably right here. It doesn't look like my cables connect to it. What did I do wrong? Maybe they have to go into the side. I don't remember. Well, that definitely connected. Well, that kind of sucks. Oh well, not that big of a deal. Oh man. Alright, so we don't need this cable. Let's see how long that stuff takes to break. Wow. Apparently it's really hard to hit too. Oh, there it goes. That figures, doesn't it? Well, that's okay, as long as they all have power. Doesn't really matter to me. Alright, so they're connected, and we'll do this better once we move. I just need to make it work right now so I can put everything in digital storage. So let's put a conduit there. And I don't know how to tell if that's working. It looks like they're glowing. I'm going to say yes. Device online, device online. They're all online. So if we make more seeds now, wherever my sand is, I want to say that to make the pure, we need seeds. Yep. So we're going to need to make some Fluix dust real quick. I think you get 2 seeds per dust, so we're only going to make 4. And I'm not sure if you get... I don't think you get charged Certus dust. I think you just get regular Certus dust. So we'll just take 4 of those, just for the hell of it. Yeah, you just get regular, so no big deal. Okay, so we got 4 of each of those. I feel like I'm missing a seed. There's a Certus, another... Oh yeah, So I mean, you can essentially... I guess you double your seeds this way since you get 2 for 1. So I mean, once you get a few, no big deal. So let's drop them in there. I don't know if there's a visual way to tell if they're growing faster. We'll give them a minute. While that's working, I want to do something else. I want to make a charger, which is pretty easy. Let's just do it this way. And then I'll take out the pure Fluix. 1 charger, and we're going to need the inscriber also. We're actually probably going to need a few of those. Actually, what's it called? I thought it was called the logic press or something like that. Let's try to hit U on one of these and see if it tells us anything. Yeah, inscriber. There it is. And I think I have sticky pistons even. We're going to do this one with the regular Fluix also. Okay, so there's our inscriber, there's our charger. I'm fairly certain the charger needs power. I'm not sure about the inscriber. It probably does. Look at this, guys. Okay, check this out. We just put those in there. Oh, my inventory's full. 68% already. And I dropped them in there after work yesterday, about 4 or 4:30, and they weren't ready by the time I went to bed at midnight. So Excuse me. So this is definitely much faster. So you're going to want to make some of these once you get the stuff. So let's put these down with no power. I'll lose the mob heads, and I'll probably move this tinker stuff after the episode. So, oh man. So let's put this guy down, and then we'll run a little cable over here. I guess you gotta put your cable down first. No, maybe the thing doesn't take power. Or maybe it only connects on the top. Yeah, that's what it is. See, we're charging our Certus now. Look at that, we got a charged Certus quartz. So you're definitely going to want to make a charger as soon as you can. You're going to want to make the crystal growth accelerators. And the inscriber, you have to... I don't think there's a recipe button, but the... let me see what those things are called. They're still called processors, okay. The processors you have to make, you have one for the pure Certus. You got, of course, the diamond one, and then you've got the gold one. And both of the gold and diamond, they take a printed silicon, which is that silicon thing that we needed to put in there. So let's see what we've got over here. 17 of them. We'll throw those away. I need to clear out my inventory because it's getting a little difficult to manage. Okay, so if we take... Let's do this. I'll keep the glass. We're going to need... So we've got all 4 of those. Let me see, where's the silicon press? And the silicon, does this one take power too? Yep, they all take power. Not a big deal, I mean, you just never know. You can't put more than one of these in at a time, but you can use hoppers, and I think you can use item ducts as well. So that's good. You do the same thing as that for... Let me get rid of some of this stuff. Same thing as that for diamonds and gold. And the quartz one actually takes pure Certus quartz. And I always forget which is which. Calculation. And I always forget which one. Did I not grab the... There it is. So this one obviously doesn't take silicon. I think it's just these two. So this is basically how you make these. So that'll get you started if you're working on this. The engineering one is the diamond, I think, which takes... Oh. Well, I don't think... oh, you have to do it twice. That's what it is. You make it in one press, and then it's the redstone silicon and the diamond. That's where I missed it. So you're going to need quite a few presses if you want to... If you don't want to be constantly switching out. So here comes the diamond processor. No, I put the wrong one in there. My bad. Well, either way, it's going to take silicon and redstone to make each of them. So basically you make one inscriber for your circuits at the end because they all take silicon and redstone. You're going to need one to make the silicon chipsets, and then you're going to need one of each for these guys, since it uses different inscriber things. So let's do I need to do a couple of gold ones while we're at it. And we'll make this, we'll set it up a little better. I'm going to make a few more of these, and I'm going to work it out in between episodes. And then after I've worked it out, then I'll show you the setup, since you already know the basics of how to do everything. But basically it's one for each of the things. And I guess it doesn't matter. I thought it mattered where they went. I guess it really doesn't. Let me get one more piece of redstone. So all of the crafting recipes are much different now. So here's what I'm going to make after the episode. I'm going to make, what am I going to make? See, we're going to need a drive. Fairly simple. I could actually make one of those right now. I'm going to need to make a terminal. Probably make a crafting terminal because it makes crafting a lot easier. Now, we have, instead of that one, now there's an annihilation core and a formation core, which have different recipes. I didn't realize they were different things the first time I did it, and I made two of these. And so one of them, you can actually do it with nether quartz instead of the crystal. And the other one is Certus, or charged Certus. So we're going to need to make a bunch of these, and then let's take a look at the drives. I'm going to try to just go straight to 64K drives. It's basically the same, except different levels require, like this one requires the calculation processor for the 4K. The 1K is the logic processor, and then the 64K goes up to the engineering. So quite a few more steps in this time. I don't think we're really going to need anything else. Maybe an interface so I can pump everything in, but I'm not going to, probably not going to use export buses yet. So there's one formation core, one annihilation core. I can't remember what that other thing is called that looks just like that. It's just bigger in the old version. So it's just a lot of tedious crafting at the beginning, and then we're going to figure out how to do some automation at some point. I'll work on that. I'm sure other people have already come up with it, but I like to come up with it on my own. So I'll do that in between episodes. I'll go ahead and craft a drive, and I don't know if I want to go with 4Ks or 64Ks. I guess I'll flip a coin and see what I feel like. But at any rate, we're going to do this and condense all of this nonsense. I'm not going to worry about storage buses for the deep storage units yet, because you can only have 8 devices on your network before you need to start making channels. And I think you can have 8 devices a channel, I think. So that's a whole other can of worms or whatever. So that's going to do it, guys. I'm going to get to work on some of this stuff, and hopefully by the next episode I will have at least an interface and a drive and a terminal, and then we can put everything in there. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. If you have any questions, comments, etc., please leave them down below. I'll see you guys next time.